ever find yourself in Umu-Ajuru, there is one thing you must never do.
Never do. Even if you are joking, even if you are brave, even when you think you are wiser than village people, never insult the Iroko tree behind the old square. Because that tree does not beg, it does not warn twice. And every 7 years, it collects one life like rent. People in Umu-Ajuru don't argue about it. They don't say maybe it's superstition. No, they count it the way they count market days, mark it the way they mark Christmas. 7 years. When the 7th Harmattan comes, when the wind starts carrying dry leaves like gossip, when the moon begins to hang low and yellow like palm oil, everybody's heart starts beating differently. Even stubborn men that drink ogogoro and shout nothing they happen start speaking with a small voice. Because the tree will demand a life. And this time, it was going to be my brother. My name is Obina. I am not a priest. I am not a prophet. I am just a normal boy that grew up hearing stories under mango trees. But the year the tree turned its leaves dark, I learned something that shook my chest. The question that troubled my mind day and night was one thing. If the tree truly demands a life every 7 years, can a village break that rule without breaking itself? It started with a scream. Not the kind of scream you hear when a goat is missing. Not the kind of scream women shout when pepper enters their eye. This one was heavy. It came from the direction of the square, and it made even dogs stop barking. My mother dropped her broom. My little sister froze with a cup in her hand. Old Mama Uche, our neighbor, tied her wrapper tighter as if cold entered her bones. My God, my mother whispered. It has started. Outside, people were already running. I ran too. When I reached the square, I saw a thick crowd. In the middle of it, under the Iroko tree, was a boy on the ground. His eyes were open, but he wasn't blinking. His mouth was open like he wanted to shout, but the voice never came out. It was Chidi, my brother. His body was not cut. No blood, nothing. Just that his skin looked pale like ash, and his chest was rising and falling as if something heavy sat on it. Beside him, my cousin Amaka was screaming. He only went to pick his slippers. He only went to pick his slippers. Elder Nana pushed through the crowd and looked at the tree. The leaves were shaking, even though there was no wind. It has chosen, he said. Those words scattered fear into everybody's stomach. They carried my brother home on a mat. By morning, the whole village knew the Iroko tree had chosen. Fear spreads faster than fire in dry season. People whispered in corners. Some said the tree was angry because the village had become too wicked. Others said it wasn't a curse, that it was human beings using fear to control everybody. But nobody said these things too loud. My brother lay on a mat in our house, breathing like someone carrying a heavy load. He would wake suddenly, gasp, then fall back. Miri, water. Outside, the wind didn't sound like wind. It sounded like old voices murmuring. That was when Efe came. Efe was a returnee from the city. Loud clothes, loud perfume, loud mouth. He believed village fear was just another scam. Auntie, sorry but make una calm down. Tree no dey kill person. My mother didn't answer. She just pointed at the road. My father warned him. Words fit weak things. Efe smiled. Now wood. Uncle Odili finally spoke. If na wood, go there, insult am, scatter the chalk. The compound went quiet. Even Efe hesitated. But pride pushed him. I go now. I followed him. People begged him to stop on the way, but he waved them off. At the square, the Iroko tree stood tall and silent, but the air felt wrong. Efe spat on the root. A sharp breeze slapped our faces. He kicked the chalk. The air turned cold. Then came that deep sound. A dry branch dropped beside his foot. Efe froze. That was when Mama Ogba appeared. She looked at the chalk, then at Efe. "Your mouth will put your mother in mourning," she said. Then she turned to me. "Your brother did not offend the tree. He stood too close to a secret." "What secret?" I asked. She pointed towards the elders' hut. "Ask them whose blood started this agreement." That evening, I followed my father to the elders' hut and listened. They were arguing. Then I heard the name, Oduma, my grandfather. So this thing was not just curse, it was history. That night, I confronted my father. He told us everything. How a poor man, Umu-Ajuru, was beaten, silenced, and buried under the Iroko tree. How the elders made a covenant every 7 years, a life, unless there was confession and restitution. "So the solution is not sacrifice," I said. My father looked at me. "It is confession." Outside, thunder grumbled in dry season. The next morning, the whole village gathered. They brought a goat, palm wine, kola nuts. The elders sat like judges. The Iroko tree stood above them like a king. Elder Nana announced, "We will settle the tree." My mother screamed, "Not my son!" People murmured. That was when I stepped forward without thinking. My voice shook, but I spoke. "The tree is not hungry for blood. It is hungry for truth." The crowd went quiet. Elder Nana glared at me. "Small boy, shut up." "No," I said louder. "Your covenant said every 7 years it takes, unless there is confession and restitution. So confess." Gasps scattered. Mama Ogba smiled slightly. "Do you want to break this village?" Elder Nana asked. "This village has been broken since the day Umu-Ajuru was buried under that root." The name landed like stone. Then my father stood up. "My name is Nadi. Oduma was my father." The confessions began. The Iroko leaves shook. The humming rose, then stopped. Chidi woke. He breathed. He lived. The Iroko tree stood silent. No more humming, no more shaking leaves, no more cold air. 7 years passed. Nothing happened. And that was when Elder Nana said, "Sometimes what kills a village is not a curse. It is the secret we protect." So tell me, would you confess your secret or gamble with a life? And don't forget to subscribe to my channel for juicy stories.